I hope you guys are all having an excellent weekend. Here is a few stocks we have on watch this coming week. Before I get started, if you can like and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. We are going to be covering 3 setups. First off, breaking down the market, and then breaking down the 3 setups that we do have on watch here this week. And if you found any value in this, let us know down below. So the first thing is we're going to start with QQQ. And when we look at this here from the weekly chart, what happens here, and let's actually make this bigger. So what happened here is we got this attempted breakdown, which at one point looked like a red bearish engulfing bar like this, which makes you question, okay, well then we should have seen lower prices, right? Because we broke below that. Then all of a sudden we close and form a hammer. So this is the ultimate strength sign here on that weekly chart where we tried to make that move lower and then we failed and pushed higher. So that is making this that higher low. And then we broke above here, making a new higher high. So technically on the weekly, we can still be in this short-term uptrend here. So this weekly is very telling where we tried to push lower and we failed. Now for me, from a weekly chart perspective, I'm not eyeing any shorts until below this 47728, which would be this weekly sell. And this is the exact region we tested and then found a lot of buying pressure here up into that close of the weekly bar. Now, when you go into the daily, what we see here is we get this move lower and then really just these 2 inside bars. And to be honest, last week was just a bunch of chop for the most part. You get this big move lower here, but then we get these 2 inside bar days. And then we close really strong here on Friday. So for me, longs are on the table here over 48770. So if we could open up in this area here on Monday and then hold this area, 49368 is going to be that first target, which is this gap up and sell candle right here and a retest of structure from over here. So that is going to be that watch here. As long as we can hold, that would make this a higher low, and then we'll break this for that higher high. And then the other pivot that we have is right here sitting here. If we can get a break over that, look something like this, and then follow through the rest of the week up into this 500, 499.51 area. You can see we're holding above, putting in a higher low above the 50 and 100. That is going to be a bullish sign here. Nice strength that does have a lot of room higher here as long as we can hold. Now, going into individual names, the first one is going to be Apple. And what I like here from Apple is when we go out into the weekly chart, it's really just like a 4-bar play. So we're still within this bar's range here, inside bar and another inside bar. But when you go into the daily chart here, yes, we come up here and we put in a 1, 2, 3. So this is a triple top right up in this region here. But now we're coming in and we're retesting structure here on the daily. And we're holding, putting in all of these wicks, which indicates that this is going to be that buying pressure we are looking for to take this long to the upside. For me, if we opened above 227.90 and got a little spike off of, I do think we have a lot of room to trade higher into 231 and then this 235.58 area here. So that is going to be the main watch here on Monday. If we can get that set up here and gap up over this bar here, that is going to be picture perfect daily setup scenario that has plenty of room to run higher. And going into a shorter time frame like the 4-hour, you can see we love defending this 50 moving average where we've rejected, turned support here before a run, and all these rejections. Now we're holding it support, support, support here. So I think this one has room higher. This would be a failed breakdown too on the 4-hour. That can trigger us up into 231 and then 235.58 above this week. And going into the next one, Tesla. These premiums were so inflated this week, and that was because the delivery numbers came out. But we come down, we put in a failed break lower, we retest a 237.80 level, and now we're trying to make that advancement to the upside here. So holds 250.03. I am watching this for this continuation long here to the upside, up into 258, and then up into this 264.19 area, which is where we tested, and then we got this rollover off of delivery data. Now, when we go into the weekly, we're trying to put in this failed sell setup here. So if we can get any bullish momentum that triggers like this, we could easily put in a 3-bar play variation on the weekly. That, yes, it's not picture perfect because this broke below its low and we have a bigger bar than this bar 1 right here, but it could be that variation that triggers us higher after reclaiming on these prior 2 weekly candles here. So that is going to be my main watch here on Tesla. I do think this one has some potential. And NVIDIA, really nice retest of structure. You can see the structure here on the daily, but what I like is we hold this 50-100 moving average, 50 and 100 at this 116 psych region. Now we're getting this move higher, forming somewhat of a cup formation here up into the upside. So from a weekly chart perspective, we get this failed breakdown here, and we're still in like this 4-bar play variation that has room higher here in this weekly candle closing extremely strong. So from the daily chart for me, anything over 124.91, longs are on the table up into 126.79 and then 130 above. I hope you guys found value in this video. If you did, let us know down below. And as always, I hope you guys all crush it this week. Thank you guys so much.